All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another live stream. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Big up to the people that were in All You Can Eat Chelsea and have just transferred down here for another live stream. Appreciate all the time you give to the channel. Appreciate all the comments, all the discussions that we have on this channel. Lots, ladies and gentlemen, is popping off, man. We are now starting to understand how this market is shaping up for us. We are now starting to fully understand who our targets are. And yeah, man, I feel like there's a here we go just around the corner for us very, very soon. And I think it might be in the likes of Jhon Duran. So we're going to talk about Jhon Duran and the latest in regards to him. Apparently, we've been given the permission. So I believe the permission must have come from Aston Villa. So we must have struck some sort of an agreement with Aston Villa already for us to be given the permission to talk to the player and find personal terms. We already know the player wants to be at Chelsea Football Club. He only desires to be at Chelsea Football Club. So we're going to talk about all of that. Matt Law has come up with the latest. But the twist, there is a bit of a slight twist in this story, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Aston Villa has inquired about Ian Maatsen. So we'll talk about that. Ian Maatsen possibly going the other way. I mean, look, it's still a long way, but I believe it could be a possibility. I'm not really sure whether Ian Maatsen fancies Dortmund anymore, knowing that Dortmund just let go of their manager, that took them to the Champions League final. They've actually parted ways. There could be a feeling that maybe Maatsen might not want to stick around under the new regime, and he may want to try something different. So we'll see. We'll look into the news in regards to that. And of course, Olise, Michael Olise, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this release clause is the big issue now. And once we get the release clause sorted, I feel there may be hopefully, I'm praying that it's a clear path towards Michael Olise and we can secure Michael Olise. So lots to unpack. Big up to the live chat. Big up to Siddharth, Sohan, Valan, my man. Big up to you. Nathan. We got Rafael Leao. Big up to you, my man. Mark, big up to you as well. Kenneth, Joshua. Good to see so many of you guys already. Take the moment right now, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. We've got nearly 100 live already. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's get to 34,000 subscribers. Very, very close now. And let's race towards 40,000. Let's get to that 40,000. And yeah, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all the content. And look, Euros is just around the corner. So there's going to be a lot of content in playback and on this channel as well. Whenever we get the opportunity to do watch-alongs, Copa America just around the corner as well. So lots of content lined up. We're going to have a fantastic off-season. Do you know what I mean? End of season, it's going to be very, very good. Big up to you, Shubra, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Early prediction, Duran is going to surprise many fans. Look, I hope he does. I hope he does. And do you know what? We'll start the conversation with Jhon Duran. Look, is it an underwhelming signing? Of course it is. But is there an element there that could surprise us? 100%. There's something about this player. There is 100% something about this player. His shooting technique, his just this raw beast type of an attitude. My only concern is yesterday when I was in playback with Feroz and a couple of guys, you went over to playback and we had a fantastic discussion. My only issue with this whole situation, a lot of people are saying he's a bit of a bad boy. He's got a bit of attitude problem. Now that, for me, could be a bit of a concern. Look, I've got no issue if you're hungry. I've got no issue if you've got that beast mentality about you that you're going to just own everything. I've got no issues about that. But if you've got a bit of a loopy attitude, yeah, I've got issues. You can't be creating a bad environment. You can't be creating chaos at Chelsea Football Club, especially with the group of players that we have. I feel like they've connected well last season. Yeah, I just hope that Jhon Duran, if and when he does come to Chelsea Football Club, got no issues on him competing and becoming the main striker for Chelsea Football Club. I do believe he probably fancies himself. And that's a good thing. I like the fact that a lot of people are saying that Jhon Duran probably fancies himself perhaps getting that number one position, that striker position away from Nicholas Jackson. He's probably looking at Nicholas Jackson and thinking, do you know what, brother, you've got flaws in your game that I can probably, fulfill for Chelsea Football Club. So I've got no issues about that. I like the fact that Jhon Duran feels like that, but I just hope that if he is benched for a few games, that he doesn't create a whole heap of chaos. So that's the only thing that I've got. I don't want him to create any level of chaos, especially, some people are saying he could be Lukaku level of chaos. I hope he doesn't do that. James Atwood, big up to you, my man. Duran Sai, nothing to get excited about at all. And I don't like his attitude. If an experienced manager like Emery couldn't handle him, how's Maresca supposed to look? These are the big questions. These are the big questions, James. Look, yeah, of course, we can look at this and go, yeah, we're not excited about it. But James, it's either we understand what these owners are doing, or we can just forever stay miserable. We have to choose. What do we want to choose? Do we want to be forever miserable, or do we try and understand what they're trying to do? See, me, I can't stay forever miserable. Every now and then, yeah, I can voice my opinion. I can state, yeah, I don't like the way what the club is doing. No problems. But there has to come a time where being, consistently miserable, you're going to get yourself sick. You really will get yourself sick. So there has to come a point where you have to start understanding what the club is doing. And if you think deeply about it, Jhon Duran, he could potentially turn out to be a monster. He could. We don't know. There are certain things. There are certain things about Jhon Duran. Shooting. He's got a bit of pace and power about him. There's certain raw elements about Jhon Duran that if you just can calm him down and get him to follow instructions properly, you could turn out to be something. And I know it's a gamble. Should Chelsea Football Club be gambling? No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't be gambling. But this is where we are now, man. This is where we are. This is what the philosophy is all about. You can sit there and not agree with it, no problems, but you're just going to be miserable. You're going to be miserable. Ibrahim, big up to you, my man. This guy doesn't take a break. He's been making the Chelsea YouTube around since 6 a.m. Appreciate that. Appreciate your commitment to this club, brother. On Duran, I don't know much about him, but I'm keeping an open mind. Same. That's exactly what I'm doing as well. Keeping an open mind. And do you know what? By bringing someone like Duran, I hope it kind of gives a bit of a kick in the backside for Jackson as well, because Jackson might look at Duran and think, you're not competition. But I think Duran has that attitude where he'll make Nicholas Jackson feel the competition. Because I don't think Jhon Duran is coming to Chelsea Football Club to be a second fiddle to Nicholas Jackson. I fully believe Jhon Duran has seen this situation. There's a reason why Jhon Duran wants to come to Chelsea. I swear to you, there's a reason why Jhon Duran wants to come to Chelsea. He's probably looked at this situation and thought, do you know what? I could probably put away the chances that he couldn't put away last season. If those passes from Cole Palmer, if those passes from whoever is coming to Jhon Duran, he's probably finishing those off. That's how he probably feels. So this could be a very good situation for Nicholas Jackson to up his game as well, hopefully. Either we're going to have a monster in the likes of Jhon Duran, or we are going to increase, hopefully, we're going to develop, hopefully, the skill set of Nicholas Jackson. So let's see what happens. All right, let's have a look at the first bit of news in regards to this before we get in on the comments again. So this is the latest that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start from the top. All right. That's definitely not the top. Let's go. Let's see what's happening. A lot of things have been popping off. We'll go to Chelsea Dodgers. Chelsea talent Tyreek George is set to sign a new contract today. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano, so that's good news. Okay, so this is the latest news. Aston Villa manager Unai Emery has been forced to agree to selling Jhon Duran because of PSR, whose potential is rated as being sky high in the club. Look, of course, there is the factor of them trying to balance their books. There's a factor of a lot of clubs trying to balance their books, of course. But I don't think Unai Emery really fancies Jhon Duran, you know. I don't think he really fancies him. So this whole thing from Matt Law, I think this is more of an opinion side of things that he thinks. Although, you know, we have to remember Matt Law is an Aston Villa fan. So who knows, man? Matt Law might have some inside knowledge about Aston Villa. Jhon Duran in potential 40 million deal. How you feeling, Blues? I think that is the situation. We'll come back to the Michael Olise news a bit later on. Aston Villa have inquired about Ian Maatsen. Villa will only sign players from Chelsea this summer if Duran completes move to Stamford Bridge. Wow. Villa will only sign players from Chelsea this summer if Duran completes a move to Stamford Bridge. So you best believe Duran is probably going to come to Chelsea, and then Aston Villa will take one of our players. And remember, they're keen on people are saying Chelsea PR. Did I miss something about the Chelsea PR? Yeah. Okay, so that Matt Law's initial tweet about I think that is Chelsea PR. But yeah, if you guys remember, Conor Gallagher is also linked to Aston Villa as well. So Ian Maatsen now comes into the frame. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Look, they're making it look like it's a swap deal, but I don't think it's a. It may look like from face value it's a swap deal, but from the accounting standpoint, I think what's going to happen is we're going to sell. I mean, argument's sake, we're probably going to sell Maatsen to them, bank the money, the pure profit, and then we're going to give them money for Jhon Duran. From an accounting standpoint, it'll be two separate situations, but from a face value, it may look like it's a swap. Now, Ian Maatsen has a release clause of 35 million, and we are potentially looking to get Jhon Duran for up to 40 million. So, look, we're going to end up paying 5 million more. Now, how do I feel about the whole 40 million for Jhon Duran? Honestly, I think that's a bit excessive, in my personal opinion. There could be something in Jhon Duran, but we all need to have some sort of a limit. My limit for Jhon Duran was 30 million. I thought that was probably the right level of price for Jhon Duran. Someone who's unproven in the Premier League, right? And Ian Maatsen at 35 million, we can't do much about it because that's the release clause. It's a bargain. It's an absolute bargain, man. Absolute bargain. So look, if it was me, honestly, I probably would have tried to convince Ian Maatsen to stay with us. It's a new manager. Pochettino has left. I would have tried my level best to actually keep Ian Maatsen, someone who probably would have done really well under Enzo Maresca, I feel. You know, get rid of that release clause, give him a new contract, keep him at Chelsea Football Club. But the issue is we need to probably get rid of Ian Maatsen for pure profit as well. So that's the problem. We need to keep flipping players and keep bringing in this revenue stream to keep us sustainable. You know, for in regards to the financial fair play, because we simply don't make enough money as a football club. We just don't make enough money. Valan, 35 for Maatsen, 40 for Duran. Aston Villa only spent 5 for Maatsen. Looks good on their books. Yeah. Aston Villa only spent 5 for Maatsen. That doesn't make sense. 35 million for Maatsen, 40 for Duran. Aston Villa only spent 5 for Maatsen. Looks, they actually don't even spend anything for Maatsen. Like if you do the maths, they're gonna get 40. So they're actually gonna make 5 million in that transaction. They're not actually gonna spend 5 million on Maatsen, unless have I read this maths wrong? Chelsea spent 5 million on Duran. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Shubra, both of our left backs are on high wages, so tough to sell, and we are losing Maatsen for that. Yeah, no, it is a bit annoying. Elvis, who knew Alvarez before Man City, and you guys are okay with us paying over 80 million for him? I will take Duran. He has the quality to be very good Premier League striker. Look, as I said, I think there is something there with Jhon Duran. There is. I just hope that he can his attitude, he can keep that in check. Okay, let's keep looking at all of these news in regards to Jhon Duran. Breaking, it's believed that the deal between Chelsea and Aston Villa for Jhon Duran, which could be worth up to 40 million, is broadly agreed, but there is still hurdles to overcome. So look, ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. It is happening. Jhon Duran to Chelsea Football Club. It is going on. Bottom line, Jhon Duran is our striker. It's going to happen. It looks like we're now in the end game of this particular saga. Any day now, I reckon we're going to hear the here we go for Jhon Duran to Chelsea Football Club. And that will be the striker situation done and dusted. It will be Jhon Duran and Nicholas Jackson for next season fighting it out. I'm very keen to see. Honestly, I'm very, very keen to see how Jhon Duran does in the preseason. I'm pretty sure. By the way, is Jhon Duran in the Copa America? Is Jhon Duran in the Copa America squad? Can someone let me know for Colombia? Can someone please let me know if Jhon Duran has made it to the Colombian squad for Copa America? Because yeah, he should be featuring there, and it'd be interesting to watch him. Ibrahim, damn, that 40 million is much. Clubs have been extorting us since we've panicked about Courtois departures and made Kepa highest paid keeper. Hasn't stopped. They charge us high and pay us low. Yeah, look, I think 40 million is excessive. I really do think it's excessive, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Hopefully one day Jhon Duran can turn out to be an 80 million player. Yeah, with Colombia. Well, there you go. Let's pencil down all of these Colombia matches, man. Hopefully does Jhon Duran start for Colombia? Does he actually start? Felix, I think he scored against Japan. Yeah, I actually tweeted that. He did score against Japan. It was a good goal. First time finish, man. Good first time finish. Yes, from Joshua. Yes, Shubra saying for Colombia. Yes, Duran's in Colombia. He's 20 Miz. Yeah, he's young, man. He's very, very young. Few people are saying that he does start. Does he start? He starts and Falcao's sub. Okay. Wow, Falcao, what a blast from the past, man. What a blast from the past. But, ladies and gentlemen, look, bottom line, it's happening, man. And looks like it's up to 40 million. And then hopefully Aston Villa can take one of our players. And then, the net spend will not be that much at the end of the day. Hopefully we can balance things out. It's broadly agreed, but there is still hurdles. So look, Chelsea and Aston Villa have broadly agreed on this. So the here we go is hopefully just around the corner. Chelsea have given permission to discuss personal terms with Aston Villa. So look, now that we've established that agreement with Aston Villa for approximately about 40 million, we now get the permission to talk to Jhon Duran. This won't take too long. Jhon Duran is desperate. He's desperate to join Chelsea Football Club. I don't think there'll be any troubles in terms of personal terms being agreed. He's a young player, so fits our project. His wages are not going to be that much. Can someone tell me how much is his wages at Aston Villa? What is Jhon Duran on at Aston Villa? Let me just see if I can find that. Jhon Duran wages in Aston Villa. Have a quick look at that. £30,000. £30,000. He was on wow. He was on like 2 grand, almost 2 grand pounds per week at Chicago Fire. That's crazy, you know, just 2 grand. And then he jumped all the way to 30 grand. Look, even if we double that, man, like, see what I mean? Like, it's cheap wages. He's probably going to be very happy. I don't even think we're going to double it. I reckon we'll probably give him somewhere around 50 million. 50,000 per week. Even if you double it, man. Honestly, even if you double it, he'll get to 60,000 per week. And that Chelsea Football Club absolutely loves that. Yeah, Shubra, what a jump from £1,863 to straight up 30,000. Man, he's made it. He's made it. So we should offer him 100k. No, I don't think we should offer him 100k. I think double his money, 30 to 60. I think that would be sensational for him. 60k, start things off. You're an unproven player. You've got very minimal Premier League experience. Yeah, I think double. I think that's fine. It would be 40 to 50 for us. Look, if it's 40 to 50, I've got no. I would be ecstatic. I'd be ecstatic. ML is saying 60 to 70k. Yeah, look, 60 is fine. Malang Sarr's on 100. Yeah, that is a mistake. That is an absolute mistake. I believe Duran and Jackson will be competent. Will complement each other. Duran will teach Jackson how to strike a ball, and Jackson will teach to add more skills to his game. Yeah, look, it could be somewhat complementary. Of course, it could be somewhat complementary. 30,000 for a bench player at Villa is huge as well, to be fair. Yeah, but I think base level salary in the Premier League is roughly around that 20 to 30,000, isn't it? Like, regardless of how rubbish you are or how inexperienced you are, I think that's the base level. So yeah, Crystal Palace will stress Chelsea with the Olise until we will have to pay 100 million for him. Watch and see. Yeah, we're going to start talking about Olise very, very soon. But just to wrap up the Jhon Duran situation, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost done. I think any moment we're gonna hear that it's done. So yeah, before we get into the Olise talk, let's take some more comments and then we'll go into the Olise conversation. And look, Ian Maatsen possibly going to Aston Villa as well. I think that might be a possibility, you know, because Ian Maatsen, I don't know whether he would want to stick around in Dortmund. Dortmund, things are changing over there. New manager. It could be a new setup. He may not start over there. You never know. So Aston Villa, I think, could do with a left back. At the moment, I think their left back is Luca Dean and Moreno, right? Luca Dean and Moreno, I'm pretty sure. So they'll probably look to upgrade that side of things. So Ian Maatsen could be a revelation for Aston Villa. Yama, his stats are mad, Miz. Pretty much 1 goal per 90 minutes played. I'm excited about this one, not gonna lie. There you go. Sami saying, Miz, will you do a watch along for Germany game? Yeah, we're gonna do that in playback. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed to our playback, the link is in the description. Firoz and I will be doing the watch along on playback. So make sure you guys are there. And we can all watch the match together over there. So playback has got the rights for Euros, so we can all watch the match together over there. So make sure you guys are there. It's going to be a different style of watch-alongs, which is going to be quite interesting. Ganswood, big up to you, Miz. Will you sing for Duran and Olise? Yeah, look, I probably will. I'll do a bit of singing. Bry Guy, I thought they were looking to upgrade from Matty Cash on the right side. Yeah, okay, Matty Cash is on the right. Yeah, I think they're trying to upgrade on the left side as well. Luca Dean, and I'm pretty certain it's Moreno. Yeah, they probably want to upgrade that side as well. They're in the Champions League, and you know, Ian Maatsen got a little bit of Champions League experience. He's experienced the final as well. President Jafar, big up to you. Olise is Crystal Palace star player. Obvious they want a bidding war for him. But the issue is, they can't really have a bidding war, can they? Because there is a release clause. So I'm not sure how they can actually do a bidding war, but you never know. You never know. Liz, you must state what playback is for us. Playback is just another streaming platform, brother. It's nothing different. It's just another streaming platform. Playback is trying to, I guess, compete with YouTube, I suppose. But it is very sports centric. Playback is very sports centric. And they've got rights to certain competitions where when you do watch alongs, you can display the game. Like they Playback themselves are streaming those games, so you can actually display it and everyone can watch together, which is quite interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now Michael Olise news. Let's get in on some of these Michael Olise news. Chelsea are really going super strong on Michael Olise as they really want to push on the players' side because they believe this is the best strategy. Let's see what happens, but for sure, Chelsea have started Operation Michael Olise. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know whether doing this from the player side is the best strategy. I mean, I feel like what we're trying to do here is get the player to say yes to us, which I think the player wants to say yes to us. He wants to stay in London. He likes Chelsea Football Club. Obviously, he's a fan of Man United, apparently. But Chelsea, we've got links with Joe Shields. He knows quite a lot of French players as well within our team. He knows a lot of the Man City boys as well. So there is that link. There is that link with him. So I've got no issues that he won't accept the Chelsea project. I think he'll appreciate that. He'll be the star man at Chelsea Football Club, man. He will get a smart wage. He'll get a nice lucrative contract, and he'll be one of the most important players at Chelsea Football Club. So he'll love that. He'll definitely love that. So to get the yes from the player's point of view, his brother plays for us. There you go, Ganswood. You're right. Yeah, his brother plays for us. Fabrizio is an undercover Chelsea fan. 100%. I agree 100%. But yeah, look, I don't think it's going to be a problem to get Olise's personal terms agreed with us. But I think what we're trying to do here is get this guy on board and then get him to push Crystal Palace to only negotiate with us. I'm not sure, man. Like, Crystal Palace could just turn around and say, no, we're happy to negotiate with other people as well. And the release clause, apparently it's a little bit complex. It's apparently for Champions League clubs only, 60 million for them. It could be something different for outside of, teams outside of Champions League. I don't know. This is what Matt Law is reporting, that there could be different stipulations involved in that release clause. So, and there's a whole heap of payment issues as well in the release clause. I think we're going to get in on that right here. Michael Olise has release clause worth in the region of 60 million, and any deal will be complex with percentages due to his former club Reading, Olise himself, and Crystal Palace. So this whole release clause, there's money that's got to go to Reading, there's money that's got to go to Olise himself, and there's money obviously that's got to go to Crystal Palace. So this is why it's a little bit different as to how you're going to do this deal. There's too many parties involved. Michael Olise himself is involved. So yeah, it is a bit complex. I'm not really sure how far we are, like how far away are we from a here we go for that deal. But don't forget, there's other clubs that's involved as well to get Michael Olise. Chelsea will hold more talks. They'll hold more talks with Palace over Michael Olise. It's understood the complicated clause in Olise's contract is not only for Champions League clubs, and that Chelsea are confident they will not have to pay more than any other clubs to land him. So let's see, man. Hopefully this is the case, that we don't have to pay more than the Champions League clubs. Ibrahim, big up to you, my man. That's frankly a recipe for disaster. One thing I admire about Olise has been the respect he has shown Palace in terms of contract negotiation. Why put the guy in that awkward position knowing this? Yeah, look, yeah, this is why I feel like you rather speak to Crystal Palace first. You rather get the green light, just like what we did with Aston Villa for Jhon Duran. Aston Villa, we've agreed, looks like we've agreed 40 million. And now it's up to us to do the personal terms with Jhon Duran, and then it's a here we go after that. I feel like this reverse method, yeah, it's probably inviting for some trouble, man. Shubra's just shared something. Let's have a look at that. All right. Chelsea and Palace talking again today. Feeling is Chelsea are more advanced on any player side than media reporting. Chelsea have got Chelsea have got in there first and fastest. Now to agree fee with Palace and wait for media to report personal terms agreed. Chelsea transfer to lose. Well, there you go. So looks like, yeah, Chelsea have got in there first and fastest. Now to agree fee with Palace. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah, this is something I'm not really sure whether this can happen so quickly. Agree a fee with Palace and wait for the media to report personal terms agreed. Personal terms, I'm not worried about that. I think we can do the personal terms. Personal terms, we can find that with Michael Olise. That shouldn't be a problem. 6th June, Michael Olise. There has been some behind the scenes talk. Olise is no rush to leave Palace. Okay, so this was obviously a while back. Chelsea and Palace talking again today. There you go. I think this is the big news. Chelsea and Palace talking again today. Let's see what materializes by the end of today. What kind of news we get in regards to Michael Olise and how much it has progressed. We shall see. I think with Michael Olise as well, Crystal Palace, they may want a swap, well, not swap, but they may want a player from us too. And I'm pretty sure Matt Law talked about this in one of the tweets. I think if we get Michael Olise from Crystal Palace, I think Crystal Palace will be open for a loan, maybe a loan move. I saw that news somewhere here. Pretty sure I saw that news somewhere here. Maybe a little bit earlier on. But yeah, I'm pretty certain I saw that. Or maybe I saw that in PYS. Let's have a look at PYS's page. Yeah, here we go. Crystal Palace would prefer a cash deal for Olise, but Palace doing a deal with Chelsea would open up the possibility of Chelsea doing loan business with them this summer. So, look, I'm happy, man. If that is a bit of a sweetener for Crystal Palace, if Crystal Palace will agree terms with us, knowing that we're going to give them a player, oof, I love it, man. I love it. Anything to find a leverage, anything to find a competitive advantage over other clubs. I'm all down for that, man. I'm all down for that. So let's see. I think, look, Jhon Duran, I expect a here we go. Next 24 hours, I expect a here we go for Jhon Duran. And with Michael Olise, I think we're still a little bit away. There's still a little bit of hard work that needs to be done. But hopefully we can get there soon enough. Alhambra, big up to you. Olise is not coming to Chelsea. These guys are sharks. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think he wants to come to Chelsea, though. I do get the feeling Olise does want to come to Chelsea. G11W, big up to you, my man. 60 plus Omari on a permanent, be an excellent deal. Yeah, look, take Omari Hutchinson. And, Ipswich are looking to give us 20 million. So, by all means, take Omari Hutchinson. We've got no issues. buy him. I don't know whether we will entertain a loan with Omari Hutchinson anymore, but yeah, I've got no issues, man. Even if it's Madueke, like I know Madueke holds value for Chelsea Football Club. I think Madueke, look, he's changed my mind. The last few games last season, honestly, Madueke has shown me a side where I was very, very pleased. His off the ball work rate. Obviously, there are other areas that he needs to get better at. He's not the complete product. There's so many things he needs to fine tune. But I've got no issues getting rid of Madueke and bringing in Olise, knowing that there's Esteval Willian and Kendry Paez down the track to come anyway. So, yeah, Madueke will become surplus to requirements anyway. So if there's an opportunity to make a decent amount of money with Madueke, yeah, I'm all open for that, man. But having said that, if Madueke stays, that's good news as well. I've got no issues, man. He can be backup to Olise. Sami, this is where the stockpiling of talent benefits us. We have a lot of players that we can swap to keep us good on the books. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. That's what people need to understand. This whole stockpiling, it's not necessarily about squad building. This whole stockpiling is let's farm them out, let's get them developed, and then when it comes to negotiations, we can give players, we can give cash, we can have many different styles of negotiations, negotiation power. So yeah, sure. By the way, Esteval cooked last night. Yeah, I saw some of the clips, man. He looked good. Liz, what do you think of 60 million for Braithwaite? And then we are secured at the back. Look, how many more CBs do we need, man? He's going to Man United. Let the brother go, man. Let the brother go. We've already got Tosin. We've got Levi Colwell. And some of our players want to leave, man. Levi Colwell, there's question marks, right? We've got Tosin. We've got Levi Colwell. We've got Benoit Badiashile. We've got Desasi. We've got Wesley Fofana. Why you want another? And Chalaba's not left yet. Come on, man. Why you want another CB? Look, I rate Braithwaite. I really do think he's a top quality defender. I know Cole Palmer made a fool out of him, but Cole Palmer made a fool out of a lot of players last season, right? There is a good defender in Braithwaite. I do like him, but we don't need it. This is not necessary. This is absolutely not necessary. He's going to Man United, and let him go to Man United, man. Josh was saying Bashir Humphreys is another one. So yeah, we got too many. President Jafar, big up to you, my man. Have you seen the amount of clubs that want Andre Santos on loan? It's crazy. Yeah, look, Andre Santos, a man in demand. He's a definite man in demand, man. And I feel like Chelsea Football Club should try and keep him and utilize him in midfield and give him minutes as well. I think someone like Maresca would love someone like Andre Santos. So I hope we keep him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. That was the latest that's happening at the moment in regards to Jhon Duran, who I think is going to be a here we go very, very soon. Olise, hopefully we are getting to a here we go within the next couple of days, 3 days, whatever the case is, but it is a little bit more complex. And we have to be aware of other clubs that want to get involved in Olise as well. And Ian Maatsen possibly going towards Aston Villa. That could be a thing as well. And look, I'm all okay with all of this. At the end of the day, Ian Maatsen's got a release clause. We need to make pure profit. It is what it is. All right. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I'll see you guys for the watch along for Germany versus Scotland. 5 a.m. for me. What's that? 8 p.m. for you guys in UK. So make sure you guys are there. Subscribe to Playback. And I shall see you guys in Playback along with Feroz and along with a lot of you guys for the watch along for Germany versus Scotland. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until then, take care. See ya.